Good morning and welcome to Hashtag Rise and Grind. I am your host, Glenn Lundy. I am a husband to one, a father to six, and the general manager of Dan Cummins Chevrolet Buick in Paris, Kentucky, the second largest used car franchise dealer in the United States of America. It is 5:30 a.m. and I hope that you are ready to rise and grind.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. What's up, everybody? Oh my gosh, hold on. I didn't change my board. It is no longer the 3rd. Today is the 4th. That's right. It is October 4th, 2018. Can you believe it? October 4th, 2018. That's right. It is the first and last time it will ever be August 4th, 2018. So we got to make sure we make the most of this incredible day. Now, since we're doing things live on my fan page, my business page, instead of my personal page, I am having to get used to and get in the habit of doing a couple other things here at the beginning of the show. So bear with me. Okay, I think I got that. Now I'm back. Now I see you guys. All right, cool. So check it out. Today, I got some powerful stuff for you today. Hold on. I can't see you today. What did I just do? I just messed up. There it is. I am so sorry. Okay. It looks like you guys are there. I don't know what is going on. I think you're there. Are you there? You're probably there. You're probably like, just get with it, bro. We're here. But at the same time, I'm having technical difficulties on my side. Okay, good. All right. All right, cool. Let's get this thing rolling. Dude, check it out. Yesterday, I spent some time at Reed Orchard, right? Yesterday, I spent some time at Reed Orchard, and I also spent some time at Extreme Computer Performance. I was doing these local business highlight things that we do, right? Josh Cummins has asked us, because Dan Cummins has blown up in Bourbon County. He's from Bourbon County, and Paris has blown up. He wants to make sure that other people understand that Dan Cummins is not the only business in all of Bourbon County, right? He wants to make sure that people understand that there is more to Paris and more to Bourbon County than just a car dealership. And it's true. So we go out and we visit these local businesses, like we did Rooster Brew, and we went down to the Hartford Distillery, and we've done all these places, Reed Orchard, Extreme Computer, so on and so forth. So we highlight these local businesses. We highlight these local people, which is really what it is every time I get this opportunity to meet these incredible people. So we highlight these people and let it shine. Now, yesterday, while I was at Reed Orchard, not only did I meet some really incredible people, and I do mean like amazing, incredible people. Not only did I meet amazing, incredible people, but I wanted to do some shopping while I was there. I called my wife. I was like, hey, they got fresh apples. They've got apple butter. They've got all this stuff. They got marbles, so on and so forth, right? They thought it was super cool. So I packaged all this stuff up, and I went to the counter, and I'm like, hey, how you doing? I want to buy all this stuff, right? I got all this stuff. And the lady's like, okay, cool. And she's got something going on with her eyes, so she can't see. So she's like lifting the things up real close to her eyes. She's typing them all into the cash register. She's giving me the total. She gives me the total, and I'm like, bam. I whip out my card, and I hand it to her. And she looks at me and says, sorry, sir, cash only. Cash or check, we don't do cards. I'm like, I don't carry cash anymore. I don't know about you, but cash is not something that I carry very often, any much at all. And here we are way out in the middle of kind of nowhere out on this orchard. So I'm starting to feel bad. So I look around at my team. I'm like, does anybody have any cash? And they're like, no, we don't have any cash. And so I looked to the lady. I said, ma'am, I'm sorry, I don't have any cash. I just don't have it. I'm going to have to put the items back. And she goes, no. Don't worry about it. You can just send me a check. And I'm like, I'm sorry, what? She's like, yeah, don't worry. You can just send me a check. And she pulls out this book. She's got this old school book, and she writes down a receipt for each item that I had picked up. She writes down the total. She writes down my address and my phone number. And she says, here, just take it, send me a check. I'm like, you're not for real. I said, yeah, you're just gonna let me send you a check, like, and I'll send you the money, but I'm just surprised that you would do that. And she flips through her book, right? She flips through her book, and she's got all these invoices in the book. And she looked at me and she said, whether or not you send me the check isn't going to determine whether or not my business is successful. She said, this small amount of money that you're spending right now is not going to shut me down. She said, however, whether or not you send me the check could make an effect on your life eternally, because God's going to know whether or not you send me the check. She said, I might not ever even know. I've got a whole book of people that owe and a whole book of people that pay. She said, I might not even know, but God will know. And she just kind of smiled. And I thought, oh my goodness. Okay, wait a minute. Not only is this woman living by faith, 100% living by faith with a growing, thriving business. Not only is she living by faith, but she's like, put it on me. She almost like backwards, like, hey boy, you better send your money or you're going to go to hell. But in the kindest way, right? But in the kindest way. And I just thought, man, that was so cool. And that's one of the things I love about local businesses. And that's one of the things I love about tradition is her blind faith, like literally blind faith, was admirable. And her husband's passion for what they do was undeniable. And there are so many different ways that you can run your business and so many different ways that you can run your life. Like, are you a slow and steady type person? Are you a fast and high volume type person? Are you okay with just being average? There's all these different ways that you can live your life and that you can build your foundation. And so when building the foundation for your business or your life, I'm going to kind of map out to you 5 things that you should pay attention to when building either. But before we do that, first, obviously you know what we got to do. First, we got to say hello to everybody. I want to say hello to you, and I want you to say hello to me. This is the part of the show. Whether you've been with us before or this is your first time, this is the part of the show where I need you to hit that share button. That's right, hit that share button, because we believe that if we can change the way people start their day, we can make an impact on this planet. That's right, and that's huge, man. That's huge. You can make an impact. So I need you to go ahead, hit that share button, and let's go ahead and get everybody up in here on hashtag Rise and Grind. Also, make sure to like. Go ahead and hit that like button and drop a comment in there saying good morning so I can see you. Good morning, Vicky Everett. Good morning, Gail Beekrat and Jamie Poulin. Good morning, Janelle Griego and Pam Biddle. Good morning, Josh. Good morning, Josh Marks and Archie. What's up, Gail? There it is. I love that beat. Good morning, Sheila and Don Sankey. Good morning, Ricky Miller and Rick Berman. Good morning, Prince Sinsuit. Great to see you. What's up? What's up? What's up? AJ Anderson's in the house. My man Scott Simons. Of course, we've got Mike Higdon, Beth Workman, Ike Bird, Susan Rose. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Travis Smith is up in here. I love it. I love seeing all the dancing people. My man Josh Cummins is up in here this morning. Good morning, Mr. Josh Cummins. Welcome to hashtag Rise and Grind on Thursday morning. Good morning, Karen. Good morning, Chris Brooks. Everybody's up in here, and I'm loving it. You guys ready to kick this thing off? All right, let's kick this thing off. Before we dive too far and get too far into it, I want to share a video with you.
The rebellious spirit has produced some angry young men, some rebels with and without a cause. Their frustration, their anger, or just plain energy are released in different ways.
I'm telling you, you can make whatever kind of money you want to make. You can have whatever you want to have. You can do whatever you want to do. Like, there are no limitations. And aren't you tired? There's some of y'all out there right now. You're tired. Somebody telling you when to come to work. Somebody telling you when to take lunch. Somebody telling you when to do a vacation. Somebody telling you what you can and cannot do. Some of us, we were born to fly. But what I'm telling you is when you become the right person, what I mean by the right person is once you identify who you are and you begin to separate yourself from the masses, and you begin to see your individuality, when you begin to see your talents, when you begin to see your personal skills. All right, it's like this. If you ever wore a suit from the store before, that's one thing. But if you ever got a suit tailored, Are you hearing what I'm saying? If you ever got a tailored suit before, you know that it's different from going to buy a one-size-fits-all suit and then having a suit that's tailor-made. It fit different. The pants are different. The way you walk in it is totally different. Why? Because it's fit to you. And what I'm telling you is you need to have a tailor-made life. When you were created with a specific purpose, a specific design. I don't care if you was born and your parents didn't claim you. You still special. I don't care if your mama wasn't in your life, your daddy wasn't in your life. You are still special. When you were created, you were designed to do what nobody else can do. And I'm telling you, when you become the right person, what you do is you start separating yourself from other people. You begin to have a certain uniqueness. As long as you following other people, as long as you being a copycat, you will never ever be the best copycat in the world, but you will be the best you could be. So I'm challenging you. Number one, I'm challenging you to define your value, right? Number two, I challenge you, listen to me. If you want to make more money, if you want to be more successful, if you want to have and do stuff you ain't never done before, number two, I'm asking you to invest in you. That's right. Invest what? Number one, I'm asking you to invest time. I'm asking you to invest time in yourself. Some of y'all, you spend so much time with other people. You spend so much time trying to get people to like you. You spend so much time trying to fit in that you don't even know who you are. You know other people more than you know yourself. You studied them. You know about them. You want to hang out like them. You want to be just like them. And you know what? You've invested so much time in them, you don't know who you are. I challenge you to spend time by yourself. I challenge you to take yourself out. There's some young ladies right now, you fine, you pretty, you got it going on. Some brothers, you handsome, you suave, you got swag. But you know what your problem is? You've been in one relationship after another relationship, and you ain't never been in a good relationship because you don't even know you. You spend so much time taking her out. You spend so much time trying to impress him. You spend so much time buying her flowers, taking her out to lunch. You spend so much time calling him. You don't even know who you are. You heard what I said. You've invested so much of your time in being liked by other people, being loved by other people, being appreciated by other people, that you don't even know who you are. And I challenge you to invest time in your own self. I challenge you to get to a place when people don't like you, it don't even bother you no more. Why? Because you're not concerned with trying to make them happy, because you're trying to blow up. You're trying to get to the next level. E.T., I don't like the fact that you do this. I don't care. I'm not living my life for you. I'm living my life for me.
That's your boy, E.T., Eric Thomas, dropping it up in here. Listen up. Check it out. Yesterday, I made this post, right? I don't know if you guys saw it. You can go to my page, check it out. But yesterday, I made this post with my man, Josh Cummins, just talking about, I won't read the entire post, but just talking about how our values at the dealership, what's important to us at the dealership, and how important it is that we stick to our values as a dealership, even though sometimes the market and sometimes the company that we share can try to push us in different directions. And so make sure you go back, read that post if you get a chance, because it's really important. And that's what we're going to dive into this morning. So I've got 5 things for you that you can build your life, your relationships, your business, 5 things that you can build it around. If you stick to these 5 things, you're going to do great. And the first and foremost, number one thing is you got to make sure that you know your values. Like, what are your non-negotiables? What are the things in your life that are non-negotiable? What are the things that you absolutely will not tolerate? What are those things? You have to know what they are. You have to have those in place, because life, business, all that stuff, it's going to throw some curveballs at you, man. It's going to throw things at you. Things are going to change, and you're going to have to ask yourself, where do I draw the line? What am I willing to do? What am I not willing to do? You have to know where those things are. You don't want to know and try to figure out what those things are in the moment. You don't want to know and try to figure out what those things are while you're emotional. You have to know those things ahead of time. What are your values? What are your non-negotiables? What are your will not tolerates? For example, Reed Orchard, where I was yesterday. Reed Orchard, the company that let me walk out of there with a bunch of let me walk out of there without paying them, because of her blind faith and believe her blind faith and belief in God, and that God will make sure that they thrive and prosper. Reed is a Christian-based business, okay? It is a Christian-based business. There's absolutely no denying it. There's no denying it. When you're in their market, when you're in the market, you're shopping, they got K-Love blaring on the radio. It's Christian-based. That's how they work. They don't take credit cards. That's how they work. They stick to their guns. Do you realize how much pressure they have to have had? I mean, I'm sure there's been people in their business saying, we could come out here, we could install Wi-Fi, we can put whatever out here, we can make it work, and all you got to do is do this, and then people will be able to spend their credit cards, and you'll be able to sell more. Do you realize how much pressure they've had on them? And they're like, no, it's not how we do business. We have faith in God. They've been running their business for 20 years now, and it's huge, and it's massive, man. They got 50 acres of apples, and the place is beautiful, and it was packed while we were there. And they make all their money for a year, all their money for the year in 2 months, because they know their core values, and they don't stir from those, man. That's their core value. Now, don't get me wrong. They're still forward-thinking people. He had special lines for his trees, and he was trying to do things that were modern, so on and so forth. But their core values, they didn't mess with them. You got to know your values. What are your non-negotiables? What are your will not tolerates? Now, secondly, is you need to know your value. You have to know your value. You see, people will buy from you, people will buy into you when value exceeds price. Okay? People buy when value exceeds price, not when price is equal, not when the value's less than, when value exceeds price. So maybe maybe you're asking for a raise in your job. You need a raise. Well, if you want to ask for a raise, you got to make sure that your value has exceeded your price first. Don't go in there being average. Don't go in there doing half the energy and half the effort and expecting twice the pay. Doesn't work like that. Okay? Your value has to exceed your price. When you're charging somebody something for a product, for example, at Extreme Computer where I was yesterday, what they charge for their service, they deliver over the top value. They'll come to your house and work on your PC for you. The personality they have behind it, they're family owned and operated. They exceed the value of what they charge. That's why people want to do business with them. That's why they're growing in Bourbon County, in Paris, Kentucky. That's why they used to be 2 days a week, and now they're 6 days a week, because their value exceeds the price. In your relationships with your wife, in your relationships with your spouse, in your relationship with your kids, if you want that relationship to be strong and to grow and to thrive, your value has to exceed your price. Do you understand? The value must exceed the price. You must offer more than what it takes from the other person. You must offer more in value. The energy and effort for someone else to pour into you, you must give them more back. Rule number 1 today is know your values. Rule number 2 is know your value. Incredibly important. Third thing I want you to know today, passion trumps wisdom every single time. I have a friend who is an absolute pro. She is a professional in her field. She has the wisdom. She has the knowledge. She has the know-how. However, she doesn't love what she does. She doesn't have a passion for what she's doing for a living. So even though she's really good at it, she struggles to grow in her field. She struggles to get further. There are people that have less knowledge than her, but yet they tend to leapfrog her because they have passion for what they do. You see, I know experts in the field. I know absolute experts that can't sell anything. I know geniuses that are lonely and can't develop relationships. I know people that absolutely thrive because of that fire in their belly. They absolutely get after it because of that fire in their belly. So my question to you today is, what creates that fire in your belly? What is that passion that you have? What are you passionate about? What gets you up and going and rising and grinding day in and day out? Because you need to build your life around that. I am passionate about the auto industry. I'm passionate about the people in it. I'm passionate about Dan Cummins, about Josh Cummins, about Dusty Cummins, about what they're building and what they're doing for this community, for Bourbon, for Paris. I'm passionate about it. I love it. I love it. It's contagious, and you guys know it. And I might not be the most skilled. I might not be an absolute expert. I haven't grown 100 stores across the country. I haven't done this for 1,000,000 years. I'm not an absolute expert at being a GM at a dealership, but I'm dang passionate about it. And my passion has got me to where I am today. And I build my life around that passion. And you need to do the same. Number 1 today, know your values. Number 2 today, know your value. And number 3 today, understand that passion trumps wisdom every single time. Number 4, as we are delivering fire this morning, number 4, I want you to know that you must always aim to serve others and not self. People can tell every single time when your motivation, when your motives are selfish versus selfless. One of the things that I see, one of the things that I've been able to experience as I've traveled around and met more people, as I've had this platform where I get to meet more people and expand across the auto dealerships and across other businesses as well. Like example, like Aaron Hunt and Hunt Brothers Pizza, man. They're now the #1 pizza company in the United States of America, and they're right here in Paris, Kentucky. But their leadership, like Aaron, is just this selfless human being. She aims to serve others, not self, every single day. That's her MO. That's what she does. And her company is growing and thriving, and her relationships are growing and thriving because of it. Number 1 today, know your values. Number 2, know your value. Number 3, understand that passion trumps wisdom every single time. And if you go after it all, aiming to serve, looking to serve others, if you go into it that way every single day, and I got to tell you, I struggled with this in the beginning. I didn't understand this when I first started my career. I learned this from watching the greats. I learned this from my mentors and those that are succeeding ahead of me. I learned that when we serve others, not serve self, it becomes self-serving. You catch that? When you serve others, when you intend to serve others and not serve self, it ultimately ends up self-serving. You will win. You will thrive. Lastly, man, today's show's running a little late, but I'm going to share this because I feel it. It's passionate. Always remember, number 5, and last and not least, I'm going to send you out into the world today. Number 5, always remember where you came from. Yesterday, there were a couple of employees as we ran around the lot that had some breakdowns. Their cars broke down. We had an employee who had some flat tires, and they were both a little frustrated. They were both a little down, and it was awesome because I watched some of my teammates do some powerful things. I watched one of my teammates jump right in and help the guy with the flat tires. I watched another one of my teammates jump right in and make sure that this person was able to have a nice, reliable vehicle so they could get home. I watched my team come together and take care of their family. I watched it happen. And as spending time with both of these people, they both talked about their frustrations. They both talked about how they're just kind of living in a reactive state right now, and how they're just on damage control, just trying to get through one more day, one more 24-hour period. And I reminded both of them, it was amazing what happened yesterday, but I reminded both of them that every single one of us has been there. Every single one of us walked into that dealership and we were broken. We walked into that dealership and we had issues and we had problems. We had bad credit and we had all kinds of things going on when we walked in. Otherwise, if everything would have been perfect in our life at that time, we wouldn't have made the change. We wouldn't have came to this dealership to try to do these big things. And so I reminded them all that we came in that way, and you might be in that place right now. You might be in that place right right now where you're broken. You might be in that place right now where you're just on damage control. You might be in that place right now where you're just trying to get through the next 24 hours. And I'm here to tell you, if you know your values, if you know your values, your non-negotiables, the things that you will not tolerate, and you stick to those, and you also know your value and always deliver above, exceed when your value exceeds people's expectations, if you stay in line with your passions and you serve others, all while remembering where you came from, I promise you, you will climb out of the depths. You will climb from where you are today. You will rise to the top because you are this amazing human being. Do you understand? Uniquely made by the God of the universe to be the absolute best version of you that you can possibly be. And you're already starting to make some good decisions in that direction. You're surrounding yourself by positivity. You're listening to hashtag rise and grind. You're putting it out there in the universe. You're putting out powerful stuff. Your comments, your posts, your videos, all of that stuff, every bit of it is making an impact on this planet. Do you understand? On your friends, on your family members, on your coworkers, on everyone around you. And it's making an impact on me. It's making an impact on me. And I, for one, I absolutely stinking love you for it. Do you understand? If nobody's told you that yet today, I want to be the first. I love you. I do. I absolutely love you. So listen, I want you to have a phenomenal day today. I want you to have an over the top today. Make sure you hit that share button because I want everyone in America to hear this video. This is how I want them to start their day. Everyone in America needs to hear this. So make sure you hit that share button, please, and then come back for more of this tomorrow morning at 5:30 a.m. If you need more videos today, you can go to GlennLundy.com. If you need some Rise and Grind gear like this one right here that says we rise by lifting others, you can get that at GlennLundy.com. And if you haven't got your tickets to Hustle and Grind Con, which is going to be the most powerful conference in the history of the world as far as I'm concerned, go get those now at GlennLundy.com. There's a link there. You can get that set up. Please go out there on October 4th, today, Thursday, October 4th, and have an amazing, phenomenal, over-the-top, incredible day. And I'll see you back here tomorrow morning at 5:30 a.m. on hashtag Rise and Grind.